that you're showing, I think that's an area that we can work on very quickly as well. The only remaining area is, I think you and I as a board need to talk to your superintendent about staying here beyond the, for a year at least, for transitioning back. I'd like to see that happen. He doesn't know that I'm going to say this, but he may not want me to say this, but I'm going to put it out in the sunshine, because I think that as we transition from control back to local control, if you have that stability of leadership, at least for a period of time, maybe it's not a year, whatever, then that's important to me to see that continuity goes on, and then you can start your search for a superintendent, or you may want to try to talk him into staying. I don't know. That'll be your business then. So, did that make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw a lot of blank stares, and I didn't know if you were ready for that or not. So I don't know if that dovetails with your thinking or not. It's just in my experiences now, that's always a wise move for any county, and it provides some stability. And if you mentioned that you're all working well together, and I don't know what his plans are, so we may want to talk about that sometime. You might be thinking about that, or any options that you might propose.
So when you talk about administration, the gentleman, Mr. Kirk King, in his school, West Hamlin, they made AYP, and this was the first time in 7 years.
Great.
And also, I think in language arts and math, roughly 15, 16 percentage points on both of those.
Fantastic.
And credit is due, again, to, as you said earlier, to central office staff, principals, and teachers. They've done a remarkable job.
Congratulations.
I'm proud of them.
Very good.
Thanks.
Thank your staff too. That's great.
I'll do that.
Invite me down there sometime. I like to come.
I was going to do that today as well.
All right. There was one matter. The things with curriculum instruction we'll have to just keep working on. There was a call from Mr. Linville from Lincoln County High School that Betty Jo Jordan came in and approached me with, and I said, Betty Jo, have they gone through their superintendent and the central office staff first? And she said, I don't know that they have. And I said, then you got to keep on making sure that the proper channels are followed before, you know. So we just, I'm not picking on Mr. Linville. I'm just saying that he was probably asking for some advice. But we will always send every school district right back to, and so we just have to make sure we're following those same protocols in this county, even though we have assumed authority. And I think Mr. Linville and Betty Jo know each other pretty well. So my first response was, have you talked to the superintendent and his or her staff, you know, his staff?
He did, Dr. Payne, he did talk with me, and he's working on drafting the information, because I need to draft you a letter in response. And so that
I'm glad to hear that he talked to you. That's
absolutely.
Good.
He's an ex-Marine, chain of command all the way.
All right, good. Good. But those are little things. I think those are small things in terms of procedure. What I'm most particularly interested in are outcomes. How well are your kids performing? How well are they ready for college or career when they graduate from high school? Are they really ready for the 21st century? Do they have the right skills that are going to make them employable, where they can really earn a living? And you know, is it possible for those kids to be successful and maybe even incubate something in Lincoln County beyond the established businesses that are already here? We're really, this is kind of exciting to me, we're going to really look at trying to add an entrepreneurship piece, a unit of study in every one of our technical adult education courses, because, and we think we have a pretty good curriculum, because everyone could be a self-starter if they have the right skills. And so what's the best way to start business? Well, we keep waiting for these major companies to come to West Virginia, and it's not happened. Some here or there have happened, but you know, the Toyotas of the world, when Senator Rockefeller brought them in, just don't happen every day. But we do know that kids that have the right startup, the right thinking skills, and the ability to start something up might be able to generate their own ideas to start something. So that's a good idea suited for the environment and the scale of a West Virginia economy, we think. So we're going to try that out. Might be a good place to get involved here in Lincoln. That's it for me.
Hey, really appreciate you coming today. And
Thank you.
go ahead, Steve. Well, I was just basically gonna say, in the meeting in November, I'm sure I could probably speak for everyone here. I think we would all like to attend.
Good.
Go
We'd
ahead,
like to
Steve.
see all of you, that'd be great. And we might even, you might think about that, talk it over with your superintendent if you want, if there are some things you'd like to share with the board, within a 10, 15-minute time frame. They'd probably like to hear from you. Or if you want to have a spokesperson, well, however you want to do that, so the purpose would be the personnel item, but also anything else that you might want to wrap into an overall presentation to the board in 10, 15-minute time frame.
Dr. Green, I may have had one of those blanks looks on my face there a moment ago, and I just wanted to clarify one of my understanding this, is assuming that all goes well in November, and we do receive personnel, that we would only lack curriculum instruction component.
Is that what's left?
Yes, sir.
And then, in my understanding then, that you would see us maybe on a time frame of, not through the balance of this year, but maybe the following year?
No, it'd be through the balance of this school year, I think, is what we said in the exit agreement. It's a 2-year exit agreement that we gradually move toward local control, and I would not look at a time frame that exceeds June 30th of 2011.
That at that point, we could conceivably
Yes.
have full control?
I think there, either there or even sooner.
Okay.
Hey, Dr. Payne, real quick.
Thank you.
I know you want to get out of here, but the growth model, as far as the testing is concerned, will that be in place this coming year? As
Well,
far as the evaluation is concerned?
Not
of
yet.
schools?
It's not quite yet because the federal law has not changed yet. Now, we're geared up for that to occur. But, no, we're still under that old adequate yearly progress structure of no child left behind. And right now, we're hopeful we'll get a law change next year, but they're saying that with these midterm elections in November, we have to wait to see what happens. They're talking about a whole, I mean, this federal, I just got back from DC Monday, Tuesday, and I heard a guy that was predicting the races and he spoke to us and so forth. It's amazing what's going on in this country right now. It's amazing what's happening in West Virginia right now. So, I've never seen the likes. I don't know about you all, but it makes no rhyme or reason or sense. So what I'm saying is they're waiting to see who's going to be controlling Congress and the Senate. There are a lot that are predicting there's going to be a swing in the House, at least. Maybe not necessarily the Senate. They're not giving up hope on the Senate yet. But, so I don't know. That outcome will affect the reauthorization of the federal education law. That's where I'm going with this whole thing. So there are some that are even saying it might not happen until after the 2012 general election if things go very badly for the Democrats. So who knows? It's really a toss-up right now.
Would you explain to me just what we are lacking in curriculum?
I don't know, without sitting down and talking with you and looking at information that the superintendent would provide, at face value, your improvement shows exceptional growth, improvement at this point. And so based on that, it looks pretty good. I think that beyond, I don't judge everything based on a test score, so I'd like to look at other factors that are in place at each one of your schools. I know they're in place at your district level, but I think it comes down to looking at the schools. It might require a final OEPA look at your schools very quickly and at the central office. Not a thorough exam, but a very quick overview to make sure that those remaining few items are taken care of, and that's probably the report that would need to come back. And in fact, Dr. Seal asked me, he said, I think we're ready to go back in and do that kind of review quickly if you're ready to go. And I said, let's get through the personnel item being returned, and then we can talk about the rest of the items as well. That's not a real good answer.
I would just like to see us receive it all.
I
I
know you
want
would.
the whole package.
Well, I think you're headed toward there. I think you're getting there. I think you're getting there a lot quicker than the exit agreement, which I think is substantial progress. I know you probably wanted it yesterday, which I understand that too. And that's good. I'm glad you all are enthusiastic to do that. And if you can, with that enthusiasm and the way that you found a way to work together with each other, I think that'll be a successful formula for the kids.
Any other questions? Thanks.
Thank you.
Research coming down.
Okay, good night. Sorry.
Good.
You're good?
Yes, sir.
That's not bad.
That's a matter of debate.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna wait on you, right?
No, sir, that's what I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
My
So
car-
are you giving me the afternoon off? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
I'm going back to work then.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to share, to say? Anyone have more concerns? All right, so I make a motion that we adjourn until October the 18th, 2010, 6 p.m. at the county office.
A second.
Okay, we have a second. Any questions? All those in favor?